My time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, moving. We making movies, moving, moving, moving. I get a chance to take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder, harder. I am unbothered. I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Jets. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Another run here with Sanders. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Hurts. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Moore, the man in motion. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start on the ground here at Sanders and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. 2nd down, back to Sanders. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Come on. Hey.
They go play action with Hurts. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Carl Lawson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. They'll run with Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And it'll be intercepted. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that... touchdown. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Jets at 5-7 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. His throw incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now Jones. He'll drop this underneath for Gainwell. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered. And then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. Throwing, Jones. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And the Eagles are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Sanders, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and goal, Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Play action. Now Wilson. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to get it back here just past the 35. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Wilson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Wilson throwing on 3rd and long. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now Wilson on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. To throw again is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw is Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
80 weapons, 80 weapons.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 9. Bravo!
Now Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Rashaan Evans. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said give me the analytics. And the analytics said go for it. Didn't work out.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Off play action, Jones. This one complete down the field to Goddard. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there for Philly. 45 yards.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. And now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So that now back-to-back drive CD that have ended with an interception.
I don't know about you, but I'd call my quarterback over, put an arm around him, and say, hey, take a look at the scoreboard. We're playing with a lead. Let's be smarter about what we're doing out there.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Ready. 2nd and 10.
Wilson. Oh, that'll be incomplete.
Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing again here, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with a 14-3 advantage already, we'll see how much they want to try to push things, if at all.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw complete there to Smith.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Hall on a give up the middle. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Didn't have a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Wilson. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They go play action now. Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick-6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Elliott good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Jets 3. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the shotgun, Wilson. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
On third down, Wilson. Again, he finds more.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson.
He's got the connection to Moore. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Wilson will throw again.
Got a man. It's Berrios complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Play action. It's Wilson.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Alpha. Echo.
There's Wilson to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Berrios now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Zoom, fellas, let's go.
Throwing is Wilson. And now Davis fumbles it. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll give to Hall. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9. Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Eagles are going to take over here up near the 40. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Third down. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The Eagles send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Jets will take over.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. A gain of 3, second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here we go, here we go. H3, 2, 18, chopper.
Ball again on second down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's Wilson. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Straight ahead is Hall. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. 64 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 38. On first down, right back to Hall. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
First and 10 on 22-yard line.
Now Wilson on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. A handoff for Hall. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. Now, defensively, with this lead in the fourth quarter, I guess you can allow a run of that magnitude.
You're right about that, but really the focus has got to be don't fall in love with the idea that you're getting big runs now. You're right. They're actually being allowed. They've got to think really hard about getting some chunk plays through the air, too.
They'll run with Hall. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. To throw is Wilson. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point attempt to come here. And he gets it to go to make this a 35-10 score now. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like